Hello and welcome. This is Elena Valdez, and I am here to do the Child Tarot reading for Sag. So this is for parents and guardian of the Sagittarius child. Thank you for being here again this month. Please subscribe, like, comment. I have already pre-shuffled the cards, but I will go ahead and do so again if I can get them to shuffle here. I hope everyone is having a fantastic November. I can't believe this year is almost gone. Thank goodness. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 positions or 3 questions for this read, and we will end with an advice card for you, the parent and or the guardian. So the first question is, what is the Sagittarius child experiencing during the month of November? Spirit, what is the Sagittarius child experiencing during the month of November? There we go. The 2 of Pentacles. Okay, and the next question is, what is the challenge that the Sagittarius child may be facing during the month of November? What is the challenge? There we go. Very nice. Okay, and the next question, which I consider this to be the most important question, is what does the Sagittarius child need most from his or her parent and guardian this month? What does the Sagittarius child need most from his or her guardian parent during the month of November? Spirit. Oops. It's gone wild. You know what? This one flipped. It was not the original flipper, so I'm going to go ahead and take that card. That's what I felt. Okay, so aren't these cards cute and adorable and just perfect for the vibration of the child? I love them. So the first card here is the 2 of Pentacles. And this is in the position of what your child is experiencing during the month of November. And your child is very much learning how to balance and his or her life around all the responsibilities that he has, right? So there's a lot of change and a lot of juggling going on. I'm also sensing, and it kind of connects to the challenge, but I'll get back to the challenge, or I'll get to the challenge in a bit. There's a sense of going back and forth. So the Pentacles is all about things acquired. It's all about the tangibilities. For a child, it would mean, you know, his or her toys, his or her assignments at school, the things that he or she is creating in terms of play and whatnot. Here, you see this little monster juggling 2 pentacles and trying to keep it all balanced. And at the same time, he's looking at his little friend here. So I'm getting the sense that your Sagittarius is struggling between responsibility and having fun with his or her peers. That's one way that I'm feeling this. The other way, and I'm only saying this because of the Lovers card here, is that there may be a pull between being disciplined, 2 different styles of discipline from parents in the household. Or maybe not the parents in the household, but 2 different entities. So for example, a style of discipline that a teacher may have versus a style of discipline that the parents may have. Or if they're splitting their time between, let's say, a grandparent's home and the parent, or one parent and another parent, having a balance different ways of discipline, because Pentacles is also discipline, right? Because it's a very earthy, grounded element. And here there's this juggling, but he's doing a good job of it. It's not a negative. It's just learning how to balance these two very different styles, because they are very different. And when we look at the challenge here, the challenge is the lovers, right? So the lovers, obviously, in the child context, we're not going to look at it romantic, but it is about partnership. And it is about relating with one other person. And the lovers happens to also identify Gemini, which is all about duality as well. And so it feels like if the lovers is falling in your child's challenge position, it could be that the parents have different styles of disciplining, or it could be that perhaps there's conflict between the two parents, or the two styles of whomever the child sees as his or her authority figure and nurturer. There's a bit of a conflict. If this is falling in the challenge position, and the lovers usually is about coming together, partnering up with another individual. It's about learning how to compromise. It's about communicating well together. And so if it falls in your challenge, it means that these are the themes that your child is struggling with. But I also see it as it's almost like he's observing this from like almost like an outsider perspective. And he's finding a bit of a challenge finding harmony, or is not experiencing the harmony from the adults in his or her life. And there's a little bit of a duality and conflict in terms of, or contrast, I should say, in terms of, like, let's say, for example, mom may be okay with, having a cookie at night, and the other mom or the dad could say, no, I'm not okay with you having a cookie early morning when you first wake up. And so there's a little bit of a conflict, like balancing those two contrasting ideals, right? So there's a bit of that. So that's and it could also be, if the lovers is in the conflict position or in the challenge position, maybe one of the parents is away temporarily. Maybe one of the parents is traveling for business, and the union that this ordinarily usually is not present during the month of November. And that's coming in very strongly. And that's sort of leaving the Sagittarius to have to figure out things a little bit more on his own, which is great because Sagittarians love that independence, right? Even as little itty bitties, they love to have a sense of independence. They like to be able to say, hey, I did that myself. And so even though it could be a challenge, they're getting through it and they're learning how to balance very well. And then you have the confirmation of that here in the what your child needs most of you is justice. Justice is all about balance and fairness, right? So I'm going back to discipline here because I really feel that this is a discipline issue here, or matter, I should say. So the justice is all about cause and effect, right? It's Libra. It's all about facing the consequence of whatever decision you make as well. It's very closely related to judgment, but not fully, but it does have hints of it. And it's about learning how to use your voice and yourself as an instrument to right wrongs, and also face injustices head on and be the protector of those who are facing injustices. But at the core of that, it's about doing the right thing, and it's about discipline, right? So again, there's this theme of balance, right? You have the 2 and the 2 here, and the 2 here. It's all 2s. The lovers is 2, pentacles is 2, and then justice, you have the scales here, which represent the number 2, and balance and duality and contrast. So your child is becoming a little expert in balancing the act, if you will, right? And at the same time, very much needs you to continue being the disciplinarian and continue teaching with words how to be fair and balanced and just where needed. So it's pretty powerful. And also, justice is authority. So your child needs you to stand firm in your authority. So if you say no cookies after midnight, staying firm in that, but also being fair. Is that really a fair thing to ask of your child, right? So this is very interesting because I feel like one of the parents is gone for the month of November. Maybe there's a travel issue involved here, or maybe there's a little bit of that going on. It's like discipline and balance, discipline and balance. Or also, it could be that the parents are not in contrast. It could be that they're actually so united that they're not letting little one over here get away with any unfairness, right? So it could be that you're actually a united front. You're actually very solidly together, whether it's grandparents and parents or just parents. And he's trying to figure out how to balance his want versus his responsibility and duties, right? So you'll notice that that's going to be a theme in November for you. So with that said, let's move on to the advice that Spirit has for you. And actually, I don't know that I actually showed you the cards. So I know I showed you the Two of Pentacles, but I don't think I showed you this little guy. So let me go ahead and make sure you see it. These are my favorite cards for this spread, this read. Isn't this adorable? Okay. So Spirit, what advice do you have for the parent or guardian of the Sagittarius child? And remember, this advice is in relationship to your child, and usually it comes back to the challenge. So let's see what advice Spirit has for you during the month of November. Just need one card, please. No, that's not a flipper. That's not it. What advice do you have for the parent of the Sagittarius child during the month of November? And I feel this. Very nice. And you got the Hermit. Isn't that cute little koala there? And the key words are contemplation and wisdom. And it is the number 9, which is about completion. So for you, you may be experiencing a need to isolate a bit. Perhaps you may need a timeout from your usual responsibilities as a parent, or maybe you are taking time out. So maybe you are the parent who is away on a business trip or vacationing, or perhaps, maybe you're a little sick. You might have a little cold. Hopefully nothing serious, but maybe there's something that's come up that has taken you away and put you into a state of hermitness, if you will. But it's coming up as advice. So Spirit is saying here that whatever this juggling is that's happening in your household, Spirit is reminding you that it's okay to take a time out for yourself, because ultimately that taking time out for yourself, or perhaps you're exhausted and you feel depleted, and that depletedness is not allowing you to fully show up in your full ability to discipline currently, because you yourself are tired and you yourself just have been doing a lot. So this is saying that it's okay for you to rely on the other parent, or your own parents, or whatever support system you have in terms of being a part of your child's life, that it's okay to reach out to them for support. Because right now you're really needing to just chill out for a little bit. And at the same time, that time that you take for yourself to contemplate and go inward is going to spill into the challenge here. So perhaps you backing off a bit will assist the other parent who may not be consistent here to have to step it up and, show up in a different way. But there is a strong sense that you're tired and you need time to just be with yourself. And that in turn is going to help your little child. It can also be, this is a possibility as well, that you may be, maybe you haven't been feeling too well. And this balance is part of what's happening. But it's okay. You're being asked to take that time that you need to recover, renew, and contemplate. It's important. And I just want to say as a side note, if any of you are going through a separation or a divorce, that could be what's happening here. If this is coming in as the challenge, if you are one of the people who is experiencing a separation, then Spirit is saying that it's okay to take time out for yourself to grieve that, to mourn that, and to deal with that transition that you yourself are going through. This is a pretty powerful card. There's a need here. You need to go inward and give yourself permission. It's okay. The child's going to be okay. He's going to have his grandparents or uncles, aunts, neighbors, like anyone that you trust to be around your child. They just need to know that you need their help. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope this resonated with someone, and I hope that you come back next month and visit again. And please remember to subscribe and leave a comment or like the video if you liked it. And I'll see you hopefully soon. Bye.